But also, I want to say I initially planned today to be doing like a 45-mile trek in Wind River, and that was something I was really excited for. And then, some other stuff kind of came up, and I couldn't do that, and I was like initially very disappointed about that. But I don't know, I think it's important to keep a positive head and be like, wow, like, yeah, I can't do that one thing, but I have this like other cool adventure that, hopefully is very fruitful. So yeah, this is the start of the video, and let's see what I get up to. Hey y'all, just arrived at the trailhead for my next expedition. I'm doing 3 nights in the Rawah Wilderness. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, like the drive over here, a lot of it was through this like just canyon road, like right by this river. Super pretty. So yeah, definitely good things, in the future. Packed some sandwiches in my cooler, so just working on demolishing them before I start my hike. Probably, I think the plan is to hike up about as far as I can, while the sun's still out. And then, camp by a river, and then next day wake up early and go to Camp Lake, I think it's called. But yeah. Yeah, so it's been a very steep climb, start of the hike. But look at this view. I mean, I'm not even still in the woods, not even like above the tree line, but golly, that nice. I was just walking on the narrow path, and I hear like thunder and footsteps. I'm like, what's this? And I see like two deer just like charging me. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then they scampered off. But yeah, I definitely got the heart, beating a tiny bit. Like, definitely would not have felt good if they, charged in my chest to go into Mach 5. But yeah, we here. You probably can. I'm gonna stop talking for a second so you can hear this beautiful little stream that's going by. Looks like someone made a little bushcraft cabin over here. Pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna continue going on and find a campsite. I want to be a bit closer to water, preferably. But this is rather interesting. I might return here. Do wonder like who made this, and yeah, like, look at this. Like, looks like there's like maybe even a poorly constructed log cabin. Like, they did this properly. Yeah, quite interesting. Hello, y'all. Couldn't find any campsites that I really like the look of. Oh yeah, that's way better lighting. Not just anyways, couldn't find any campsites I like the look of, so I'm just like walking in the dark now. LOL. Yeah, but temp's nice, beautiful. I haven't shit my pants yet, so yeah, I'm gonna keep on walking. I'll probably update you if something interesting happens or when I find my campsite. Hello guys. Yeah, so I decided to walk. Actually, I'm not sure how much miles I walked, but I was like, I really wanted to camp by the lake. So I walked like probably like 4 miles, actually more than I was like initially planning. But it's pretty pretty. The stars are kind of going away a bit, but I saw a really good view of the Milky Way. I took a couple good photos of my camera, which I'll be putting up here. And yeah, so right now I'm just cooking my food. It's like cilantro rice and tuna. So definitely be filling. I hope it's good. And yeah, I gotta probably check back and make sure I'm cooking it all properly. But yeah, I'll see you guys when it's done. Wait, look at. Brought some olive oil from home. Don't worry about the container it's in. It's definitely olive oil. Mangia. Mi piace tanto. Wish you guys could see the stars that I'm seeing now, but like hot meal and views like this is, I don't know, not much that can beat it. When I was packing my food, I decided to treat myself. So I packed some wafers, gluten-free, also some chocolate chip cookies. I'm gonna dig into the wafers now, but definitely all my dinners will have something to look forward to at the end, besides just the dinners, which I'm gonna look forward to. Hey guys, I don't know where I left you off last, but in the tent right now, just did some stretching and stuff, and just kind of chilling, reading some Famous Five right now, just to calm down before going to bed. It's pretty late, but I don't know, it's kind of hard to sleep when you're by yourself in the wilderness, But yeah, so doing some reading. I'm gonna stay quiet for a second because I can hear the stream coming by, and I want to know if you guys can hear it as well. Yeah. Hope you guys can hear that, but it's very nice to hear running water as you go to sleep. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna probably read a couple chapters or whatever, and then hit the hay, and yeah, see you guys in the morning. Good morning, y'all. Slept pretty good. I slept much past sunrise, but about to step out the tent to see the view. Oh my god, it's freaking cold. So just packed up camp. Very glad I pushed the extra 5 miles last night, because this place is beautiful and well worth it, and definitely better just being somewhere random in the forest. So yeah, I think the wind's picking up a bit. Just some darkish looking clouds over there, so I'll be conscious of that. It might rain, hopefully not though. Yeah, but I'm gonna go to check out Upper Camp Lake. Just get a couple vibe, take some photos. Oh, I don't think I talked about it, but I got this new camera gig. It's like a I'm not gonna say the name because they're not sponsoring me yet, but it's really nice that it just like holds my camera here like pretty stable. Like last time I went backpacking, it was like swinging around a lot, and that kind of, you know, it took me out of like the moment. But this is good, and I can like, you know, take photos quick, much hassle. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go push on to the lake, you know, see the vibe, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna go to, I need to check the map, but I'm gonna walk to like Rawah Lake 4, which is, yeah, what a creative name. And yeah, it's probably like 6 miles from here-ish. And yeah, see if there's any good camping spots there for tonight. But I think I'll have much more daylight than I did yesterday. So yeah, a lot of just sitting around and smelling the mountain air. So yeah, keep y'all posted. So I'm at the lake right now, what's it called, Upper Camp Lake, and well, it's a tiny bit smaller than I was expecting, but that's okay. I'm not here to judge size. Still really beautiful, and you probably can't hear over the rain, but there's like a small little waterfall that like feeds it all. I honestly kind of looks like the water just appears out of nowhere. It's like a Minecraft infinite water source, and it's kind of marshy. I don't want to walk any further, so I'm just gonna assume that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, this is a kind of still a pretty cool place. I'm glad I showed up here. So I've sat down to enjoy some lunch, you know, right by this lake. Don't quite remember what the name is. I'll figure out after, maybe it'll be in some text here. But yeah, I found a nice spot in the shade. You know, just a very calm lake right here. But yeah, I'm starving right now, so I'm gonna start eating. You know, kind of regretting I didn't bring the skis for, you know, this cross-country section. Just sat down on the trail. Just rest my legs for a bit, you know. What else? Oh yeah, taking the views. Let me spin this around for y'all. Whoa. I hope that's in frame. Yeah, Rawah Wilderness has not yet disappointed. Like, this is super pretty. Like, I had never heard of it up until, you know, a couple weeks ago when I was researching, you know, backpacking spots are a bit desolate. But yeah, sometimes I kind of shit on northern Colorado, but I think I'm gonna stop doing that because there's definitely some gems up here. Wow, that's just really freaking cool. The water going underneath. I'm pointing with my pole, even though you can't see it. But the water going into the snow, it's kind of like a river. Oh my god, it is a river. It's like a river in a cave. But yeah, I don't know how the video picked it up, but that just looks incredible in person. Anyways, I think I'm very nearly at the Crater Peaks. It's pretty exciting. I mean, this is just absolutely stellar. Waterfall right there, and river, the one we were just talking about, and then behind this ridge, another waterfall. Yeah, it's special gravy. at around, I think, where I'm gonna put my tent and everything. I'm just trying to find the flattest bit of ground. But I think if I move some of these rocks, we could be in business. But oh my goodness, look at these views. Like, actually, yeah, otherworldly. But yeah, on the kind of over yonder, when I was hiking up, I met a guy from Arkansas and his dog Trooper, and they were very nice, and had a nice little chat with both of them, and I got to pet a dog, which I definitely wasn't expecting to do in this area, but I'm very glad I got the chance. This is just like my favorite type of environment, you know. Got this just like green tundra lake, you know, mountains in the background. I'm, yeah, such a happy camper right now. But yeah, I'm also really hungry, so, you know, eating nutbag obviously. And yeah, I'm gonna snack for a bit, and then I'm gonna start kicking rocks and, you know, trying to set up my tent for tonight. And oh yeah, look at this view behind me. I do hope this clouds, you know, isn't too intense, so we get some, you know, what's it called, astrophotography with this mountain in like the foreground. I guess that'd be super cool. Also, there was some very naughty individuals, because, you know, on the trailhead it said no campfires like any time in this area, but someone made one. I guess they did the rock thing. Could have made it a bit higher, you know, for safety, but yeah, not everyone is as perfect as me. Anyways, thanks for listening. The video isn't over, just this clip is. Look at that, there's still a sheet of frozen ice on the other side of the lake. It's mid-July right now. It's crazy, this place stays cold enough that, I mean, obviously there's all this snow, but I mean, ice on the water. Got my mountain house Mexican style adobe rice and chicken, but I low-key hate the freeze-dried foods. I just kind of wanted to get rid of this, so hopefully make it a bit better. I added in some beef jerky, some Parmesan. I just blocked through it, which you can't really see because I mixed it all in, and sprayed some olive oil in it all. So I hope this improves my eating experience, but hard to complain much when this is my view. Well, actually, I turned the cinematic camera on. I don't know how I like it, but I know it's different. Oh yeah, point of the story. I think I'm gonna title this video, I accidentally spent 2 nights, or maybe 3 days, in paradise. Accidentally being because I only really went to this place as like a last minute backup, because, you know, as I talked in the beginning of the video, my Wind River plans fell through. But I mean, this place is serene. 4 hours less of a drive both ways, that's pretty nice as well. And I've had, yeah, such an incredible time. Like, you know, only ran into a few people. Like, it has the desolation I was looking for. And yeah, just super cool. But yeah, I don't know if I mentioned yesterday that I was planning on doing 3 nights. I don't think that's happening anymore, because I basically did all the walking I need to do, because I was meant to only do like 3 miles the first day and like 7 today. But then I did 10 miles the first day, mostly at night, and 12 miles today. So there's only, you know, I think I did the math earlier, another like 7 miles to do, less than 7 miles to do, until I get back to my car. And yeah, I mean, this place is really nice, and I feel like if I wasn't so need to move and by myself, I could stay here another day. But I think I'd get, as pretty as it is, yeah, I just don't think I could be stationary for another day. So I'll probably end up just walking back to the car tomorrow. You know, maybe I'll stay here for an afternoon. And so I'm just sitting right now on the cliffside, Here, let me show you the view. I didn't film it earlier, but I made an attempt to go swim, but it was really cold and I didn't have the bowls. So I just kind of like went by the water's edge and like splashed water all on myself. It's all right. I mean, yeah, I might do it again, but as you can see here, some like darkish clouds going, and had some couple drops of rain. So yeah, it might be like a small little drizzle coming through is what it's looking like. But right now I'm just very content to hang out in this place. I'm really in no rush at all to do anything. But yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy this place for the time being, and when I have something to say to y'all, I'll say it. Yeah, so we're getting rained on a little. So I'm eat my breakfast, you know, hang out till it passes, and then probably pack up camp and head on back. Look at the size of that marmot. Thing is freaking huge. Alright, so camp's all packed up. About to start the around 7-mile journey back to my car. And 3-hour drive, and I'll be home. Yeah, thoughts. What I've been saying throughout this entire video, especially the last 24 hours, like this spot's super pretty, and I want to come back here at some time in the future and summit. I think this is South Rawah Peak. I'm not entirely sure. And honestly, I have no idea, but I definitely want to get to the top of one of these. Maybe also camp if it's feasible. I think that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, if you guys would be interested in that as well, hit the thumbs up. Leave a comment saying, South Rawah Peak, North Rawah Peak, Rawah Peak, all the peaks, big mountain fun, And yeah, I'll check in with you guys when I check in with you guys. Hey y'all, probably not where you guys were expecting me to end the video, but I've had a day and I kind of, forgot to talk here. So yeah, so basically I get back to the trailhead, I forget where I last talked to y'all. And I, try to open the, what's it called? The back door on the car. I try to open the trunk. Open up the trunk, with the keys, like remotely, and it doesn't work. And I'm like, yeah, like, that's kind of strange, but like it happens. Like sometimes the keys are acting up. And then, so I try to like open it just like from the back, and it just like, with like the little thing you press, that doesn't work at all. It's like, that's real strange, but like maybe the car is still locked. So I go over to my driver's seat door, and I, try to open that, and that doesn't work at all. This is where I start getting a tiny bit worried. So I, put the keys in the door, open it manually, open it, walk, step in, and then I like turn, to like the ignition on, and that doesn't work either. And I was like, like I have known that I've been like having battery issues, but I really was hoping that today wouldn't be the day that the battery dies. So I was like, oh, this is a bit unfortunate. And yeah, but I mean, luckily, because I cut the hike short, I still had food for like 2 days, and there's a stream nearby, so it's like, well, I'm not going to die out here, which is good realization. But I definitely don't want to get stuck or have to call the towing company, like tow my car from like that out in the wilderness, because that would cost me an arm and leg, and I'm just a broke boy wannabe YouTuber, so that's just not going to happen. And yeah, so anyways, my idea is I'm just gonna like sit by the road and just hope someone shows up. And luckily I was only waiting for like 10 15 minutes, and this truck pulls by, and I'm like, oh, that's fire. Like, guy in the truck probably can help me, more than someone in a, like a Kia Soul. No hate, but that's just kind of like an ugly car. And anyways, so I like wave him down. He's like, hey, like, what's up? And I was like, oh, like, my car battery died. Do you think you'd help me jump it? He was like, yeah, like, do you have jumping cables? Like, think so. Like, let me crawl back there and check it. And then, so, he drives his car around, parks it by mine. I like crawl in the trunk. None of the doors are unlocked, so I have to crawl in, go in passenger door, through between the passenger and driver doors, and like back in there, and like crawl or stuff, find my jumper cables. And then he gets the car up, and there's like some powder on my battery, and he's like, this is probably the issue, but we'll still try. So he puts the cables on, we turn on the ignition, nothing happens. We're like, oh shoot. And he's like, let's let it rest, charge for like a couple minutes and then try again. We try one more time, no luck. And I'm like, oh fuck, like, this could be bad, And then, oh yeah, he's like, hey, I'm gonna grab my like truck jumper cables, so I have like bigger ones, because yours are small and peeny, because you're bitch made. He didn't say that, or even assume it. Anyways, he grabs his, and then he has like a knife in his bag, and he starts like chipping away at all this powder that's like, piled up on the battery. And then so he connects it all, and he's like, okay, let's give it another shot. I turn it on, car goes on. Whew, the relief. And I was like, I'm not gonna be stranded out there. And then so I like, say, my goodbyes to this guy and his wife, and I was like, thank you guys so much. Like, you guys are real lifesavers. And they're like, yeah, of course, like, anytime. And then they scamper off on their merry way. And the thing that they told me, my dad told me, is like, hey, once you get it on, can't turn it off. So I initially planned to, before driving away, like, there was like this big stream by the trailhead, and I was just gonna like lay in that stream and then like wash off. I was like, well, I can't leave the car running while I do that, so I gotta drive home smelly now. Yeah, so I drive home, and there's some just like huge rainstorms, and it's just angled perfectly to like hit me in the windshield. Like, it's just 45 degrees straight on, right in the windshield. But I know how to drive in the rain, so I didn't die. And yeah, so I drive like the 3 hours back, and then I go to an O'Reilly's, and yeah, they got me right, and now I have a new battery in my car, which I was supposed to replace, half a year ago, but the old battery, lasted a really long time. So, I think the moral of the story is just put stuff off, because I kind of got away with it. Like, I really only lost, 20 minutes of my day at most, and like, I mean, I would have had to pay the money for a new battery, like, regardless. So it's not like I lost money on that. So yeah, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed today's content, give me a like, give me a comment. If you think you're gonna come back, give me a subscription. But yeah, do all those things, and hope to see you on my next adventure. Anyways, Santo out.